There's a new theory that oil has COVID.
Oh my God, this is connecting now. This is connecting. Yes.
That oil has COVID?
It has COVID, and we have to stop it from going into international waters and causing another pandemic. That's why they're narco terrorists.
Yes.
They're actually COVID terrorists as well. On another it's like multi-layered terrorism happening here.
Yes, there's like quarantine. Is this
layer? It's Marco terrorism. What's wrong with you people? Just stop! Please! Please, just go away!
You have your own party.
Every word out of his mouth is melodramatic nonsense. I've come to find.
It doesn't fucking matter. We're gonna tell the people anyway. Who cares?
Definition of sex offense, not on the list.
And here we are in the Gulag, and it's my party.
What the fuck? Welcome, fellow criminals. I'm Devin Saxon. I'm joined. Oh wait, here we go. How do I point at you? There we go. Joined by Dana Carver. It's time to loosen up your ankle monitors and put some coal on that furnace. This is the Gulag. And you know what that means.
I get adequate food and adequate clothing and medical care when I require it. Well, I don't know what is happening, but whatever the position of my government is, I support it fully.
Okay.
Oh, right.
We only get off parole. We only get out of the Gulag if we agree with the government. So I'm going to start off. Brown people bad. Bomb them.
How do you capture a high-value target when the whole world is watching? You create a masterclass in deception. The CIA set the stage with a
or we could just not capture world leaders
to create a deafening sonic shield for the helicopters to drop.
We can mind our own business.
F-35s lit up the perimeter, turning night into day. By the time the dust settled, the helicopters had already touched down and Maduro was gone.
I was watching a press conference thing right before we went on, and Trump was talking about how he
in the dead of night that is
told the oil company CEOs that he was attacking Venezuela before Congress.
No.
For months, the U.S. have been tightening.
The oil companies, they're more important than Congress.
It's like Shell gasoline is Congress now, and BP. They're not even like American companies.
No, you see.
But while the Navy squeezed the coast, intelligence assets were tracking one man. They waited for a specific window, a moment where Maduro was stationary and vulnerable.
How dare them
strike.
Put their ancestral land
Venezuelan
on
time.
The oil. It doesn't belong to them on their land.
Oh yeah, that's another thing that's trippy to me. They're saying the oil belongs to America because of some deal that happened in the 80s or 70s. I'm like, oh my goodness, like how we can just take we're claiming a natural resources under the ground in another country as ownership. We own it.
It's their fault. They put their sacred ancestral land on our oil.
Yes.
All oil everywhere belongs to America.
One of the most elite.
You have to give proper notice before you remove the oil resource from America. Everybody in the world knows this.
And all of the oil belongs to America.
The team breached a secure compound.
I'm like sipping on oil right now in my Capri Sun pack.
Resistance from the Venezuelan.
All that petroleum that made that bag and that straw.
The helicopters lay cover fire.
I can't wait till it tastes like Venezuelan oil.
That is your oil there in their ancestral lands.
Capture and extraction happened.
You wouldn't have that Capri Sun without that.
Specialized helicopters hovered.
Thank you, Donald Trump, for giving me Capri Suns.
While dozens of attack helicopters.
Thank you, dear leader.
You know, I hope Trump will listen to me though. Like these are really small. I know they're for kids, but they're really good. If you can make an adult-sized version, like 3 times bigger, maybe.
Back in the U.S., Delta Force.
Appreciate it.
Sweetie, they have an adult-sized version. It's called the box wine.
Blindfolded.
Box wine. That's the adult-sized version. We have done that on the river, like taking the box wine and just sipped out of it.
They caught him before he could even lock all the doors. Maduro
Man, the river sounds fun as hell.
Delta Force reached the compound. Nicholas Maduro and his wife, Celia Flores, were physically secured. This wasn't a negotiation. They were detained and immediately moved to the extraction point. These aircraft.
Does that need to be mentioned that this wasn't a negotiation? Like, you have helicopters shooting people and your animation. Like, I don't think there's a negotiating happening already.
No, we just like to bomb people.
This operation,
which was good because America needs to bomb people.
South America overnight.
It's the libertarian way. With our libertarian,
we would lose practice. Like, our bomb squads need practice bombing people regularly. Otherwise, they'll be out of shape or make mistakes. But now that we're bombing people regularly, they're always on point and they're really good at it.
Your leader just wants them to be.
This is for world peace, everybody. This is world peace happening. World. That's world peace.
That looks peace as.
Look, is that an oil refinery behind him? Perfect. Perfect scenery right here. Nice.
Oh, looks like ice agents. Oh, my bad.
This morning, President Trump was pretty clear yesterday. He said the United States is going to run Venezuela. Under what legal authority?
Dear leader.
First of all, what's going to happen here is that we have a quarantine on their oil. That means their economy will not be able to move forward until the conditions that are in the national interest of the United States and the interest of the Venezuelan people are met. And that's what we intend to do. So that leverage remains. That leverage is ongoing. And we expect that it's going to lead to results here. We're hopeful that it does.
So the national interest is to violate the Constitution that is the supreme law of the land. And but we can't violate laws ourselves as private citizens, but they can. They're also supposedly supposed to be private citizens just occupying an office, but they're not anymore. They're actually lording over us, and they're like castles and stuff.
Positive results for the people of Venezuela, but ultimately, most importantly for us,
I'm going to get out of
national interest of the
this
United
prison
States. We
tonight. This is my last day here.
Move forward here. We'll set
no. See, you're doing it wrong. I'm agreeing. Your leader is great.
Crossroads for many of our adversaries
I'm
around
going to
the
get
world,
paroled.
including Iran and Hezbollah.
I'm kissing ass.
No longer sending us
your leader is great. We hate brown people, and they
boats.
shouldn't put their ancestral lands on our oil.
Paradise for all those drugs coming out of Colombia to going through the Caribbean and towards the United States. And obviously, we want a better future for the people of Venezuela.
The Caribbean,
I can't wait.
Industry where the wealth goes to the people, not to a handful of corrupt individuals and stolen by pirates all over the world. That's what we're working towards, and we.
Didn't you just take a boat by force? I mean, I think like the centuries-old definition of piracy is when you take over another boat, like just the original version, not even like pirating movies. Like, let's go back to like 1500. From 1500 to like 1999, the definition of piracy was taking over a boat. That's what we're. He literally is a pirate. He's a pirate.
No.
Let me ask the question again.
Piracy. Wait. No. They pirated. They stole our oil off of their own land.
Okay, yeah.
And then tried to sell it to other people when we didn't give them permission. So therefore, we stole our own oil off that boat.
So they're the pirates, and we are
somehow.
We're privateers. Or wait, we're okay. Let's just keep going.
For the United States.
I'm going to get this eventually. It's just hurting my noodle.
Well, I explained to you what our goals are and how we're going to use the leverage to make it happen. As far as what our legal authority is on the quarantine, I'm very simple. We have court orders. These are sanctioned boats.
Hold on, wait.
We get orders.
Wait. Okay.
I did not see this thing here. He keeps saying quarantine over and over and over.
Yeah.
there's a new theory that oil has COVID.
Oh my God, this is connecting now. This is connecting. Yes.
That oil has COVID.
Oil, it has COVID, and we have to stop it from going into international waters and causing another pandemic. That's why they're narco terrorists.
Yes.
They're actually COVID terrorists as well. On another layer, it's like multi-layered terrorism happening here.
Yes, there's like quarantine. Is this layer?
It's Marco terrorism.
Yeah, and then and somehow in this narco terrorism, I've yet to hear anything about drugs. But that's okay. We'll get to the drugs, right?
And seize these sanctions. So that's I don't know. Is a court not a legal?
And is a court not a legal authority? I don't know. When it comes to like releasing the Epstein files, it seems to not be a legal authority. But I guess when it comes to invading a sovereign country and taking their, he's the unelected dictator leader out, I guess that the courts are like, oh, we got to follow them.
But it's not their oil. So it's our oil.
That's right.
Is the United States running?
I keep forgetting because it's just not within the country. That's what's throwing me off. It's like outside. It feels outside the border that they are trying to protect and make so important. But like, I don't know how to like make the oil into the border of our country to make it ours.
Borders are only important
on the surface. Oh yeah, on the surface. Anything underground is America. Like America is basically under the earth everywhere in the world.
See, now you're getting it.
Oh my, I'm getting it. I'm going to graduate. I'm getting out of here.
Venezuela right now?
Well, I've explained once again, I'll do it one more time. What we are running is the direction that this is going to moving forward. And that is, we have leverage. This leverage we are using and we intend to use. We started using already. You can see where they are running out of storage capacity. In a few weeks, they're going to have to start pumping oil unless they make changes. And that leverage that we have with the armada of boats that are currently positioned allow us to seize any sanctioned boats coming into or out of Venezuela, loaded with oil or on its way in to pick up oil, and we can pick and choose which ones we go after. We have court orders for each one. That will continue to be in place until the people who have control over the levers of power in that country make...
Okay, I
want to see these court orders. Go ahead.
Okay, so courts. Okay, so like a big thing with courts I've noticed in my layman experience with them, their jurisdiction is like the first thing that they have to go through. Like the jurisdiction, do we have jurisdiction of this person to actually have a fucking trial? Okay, so from my understanding, the jurisdiction ended at the super important, super secure border of the United States of America. That's where the jurisdiction of the courts end. And anything outside of that is the other sovereign country. Or if you're in international waters, isn't it the Hague, where they've agreed to have little trials there that don't really matter or something? Or maybe that's the United Nations jurisdiction. I don't know. But Venezuela isn't in international waters. They're in South America. So does the court jurisdiction cross the ocean to get over there? Is it because they're touching the ocean and we're touching the ocean that it just kind of comes across and goes around Venezuela too, the jurisdiction border? Yes.
I do believe there's this fancy thing called the Declaration of Independence that talks about such things, and we might want to.
I don't know if you want to bring that up here. You're not supposed to bring that up in the Gulag, Dana. I don't know. Declaration of Independence.
Right on. Go for parole. We don't. There was never.
There's some shit in there about like overthrowing things, and I don't know if we want to. Oof, that's touchy.
I was agreeing with you there for a minute, and I forgot. I want parole. You don't. Yeah, no. This imaginary court order that none of us have ever seen. That's apparently.
Oh yeah. Why can't they put up the court order on screen for us to see? Like that's what we do in podcasts.
Yeah,
and this is like a multi-million-dollar show. Why don't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see it's the United States versus whoever, and apparently it was great, and apparently it was like everybody showed up at court, and there was like a whole trial and shit, and it's all
I love the word court order too. That's like there's no person behind it. There's no human being. It's just it's kind of like it's coming from like a holy source almost. It's like We have to obey the court order, or we'll go to hell. That's basically what I'm feeling.
Yeah. What I'm assuming is the court and the order, because he said like only certain boats. You heard that part. So like if those boats are going to Russia or somebody that Trump likes, we're not gonna fuck with those boats. But if it's going to somebody else that we don't like, because somehow we decided that oil is ours, it's our oil. So, as long as we make our friends happy, that's good, right?
Oil is really just about friendship, the friends you make along the way.
Yes.
Changes.
And those friends want Capri Sun bags with little Capri Sun straws and without petroleum. We don't got those bags or straws, damn it.
We need the straws and the Capri Sun. It goes hand in hand. Like poking the straw in the fucking pouch is half the experience of having a Capri Sun. And it's really important to me that we get that oil from Venezuela so I can continue having this experience unimpeded.
Yes.
The interest of the people of Venezuela.
I'll be right back. I gotta go
the United
on a bathroom
States
break.
and the things that we care about.
I'll pause it.
The president was asked yesterday.
The legal authority.
Should we pause?
The court orders that we have.
Yes, pause. I'm getting parole. You're not, motherfucker.
I think you guys are missing the whole point.
What point?
Well, people in Venezuela are not with the times, they're not modern. You're gonna take over their country and build McDonald's there.
Oh, they have McDonald's in Venezuela, baby. Yeah, baby, everybody's got McDonald's. I'm pretty sure there's a McDonald's in the goddamn middle of the Panera.
McDonald's comes standard. We gotta take over so we can put things like Subways, Arby's, like all the other things.
We should. Maybe Walker has a point. We should look up how many McDonald's is there in Venezuela.
Oh, it closes soon at 9 p.m. There are literally. Should I bring this on screen?
Yeah.
Can I bring this on screen without?
According to my husband, McDonald's is part of the reason we're doing this, not just oil.
All right, I want to tell you. Hopefully, I can bring this on screen without losing my place in these clips. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Look at all the McDonald's in Venezuela.
Not many.
We already invaded Venezuela. It looks like. Look at this.
No
one
shit.
day of America interventionism, and we've got like 15 McDonald's. Wow.
In the whole country?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
There's nothing down here in the
like
rainforest, though.
McDonald's.
I think like once we get more American troops on the ground, we can cut these trees down here, and then we can put up more McDonald's where these trees used to be.
Right on.
And we can put like cattle ranches so we can make more burgers.
Yeah.
And then maybe like Colombia has been around too. Maybe it looks like McDonald's stops at the border here. So maybe if we just send troops in through here, we can come in this way from Venezuela and this way from Panama, take Colombia, and then put more McDonald's in here. And there's even some more trees down here. We could cut these down.
Sounds like
Imagine how many McDonald's you can build with all the lumber from cutting these trees down, like a whole bunch.
Right on, man. That's a good plan.
I'm confused. Are they still wanted by the United States? Why didn't you arrest them if you are taking out the narco-terrorist regime?
Okay, we're talking about drugs finally.
I don't know why that's confusing.
They're still in power.
It's very simple. You're not going to go in and wrap up. But you can't go. You're going to go in and suck up 5 people. They're already complaining about this one operation. Imagine how.
Don't you have $1 trillion at your expense? You can't suck up. Like I know, like I'm arguing against my argument that we shouldn't be going there, but like while you're already there, violating the Constitution, why not just take the whole regime out in one go? And
no, wait. This is the first they've talked about drugs.
McDonald's.
This is
Those
when
were the other guys. They're not narco terrorists. Okay, they're not narco terrorists.
They're finally talking about the drugs. Because, like, this was what it was all about, right? Not the oil. Hold on. Wait. We're going to get rid of the drugs.
We would have from everybody else if we actually had to go and stay there 4 days to capture 4 other people. We got the top priority. The #1 person on the list was the guy who claimed to be the president of the country that he was not, and he was arrested along with his wife, who was also indicted. And that was a pretty sophisticated and frankly complicated operation.
It was.
It is not easy to land helicopters in the middle of the largest military base in the country. The guy lived on a military base. Land within 3 minutes, kick down his door, grab him, put him in handcuffs, read him his rights, put him in a helicopter, and leave the country without.
Read him his
Right,
rights.
we bomb people.
What right? From what jurisdiction are the rights being read from? Like American rights, or I'm confused here too. Like, did they read him? He's got a right for a trial. Thanks to America going in there and kidnapping him. Is that what the logic is here? Didn't he already have?
And did the people whose apartments got bombed have a right?
Yeah. Wait. That's what I read too on X. I don't know if it was accurate, but it said 80 civilians were blown up, arresting this guy. Like, isn't murdering people to arrest people
right?
Isn't that the opposite of justice? That seems kind of unjust.
And we're still not working on the narcos because, like, he's not a narco. Was he a good dude? Probably not. Was he like being in power against other people's wills? Probably. But like, we have one of those dudes. It's called Trump. Oh shit! I'm gonna like not get paroled now. Anywho, Mr. Trump is not a good dude. But anyway,
Without losing it.
I'm not saying anything, but if Canada swooped in on Black Hawk helicopters, I almost said Black Hawk hamburgers. If they swooped in, grabbed Donald Trump and Melania out of the White House, and flew them back to Canada to face justice, I would not blink. I would not. I would celebrate.
Score!
I would riot in this prison until I got out to celebrate with others.
And at least if they went into the White House, they wouldn't bomb 86 people and kill them. Because there's not a lot of people living around there. It'd be like very nice.
No, but if there was collateral damage and they needed to blow up, okay, I need to stop.
Canada, let's talk about
I need to stop. I'm gonna get this episode flagged. I got it. We're gonna keep going.
That's not an easy mission. And you're asking me why didn't we do that in 5 other places at the same time? I mean, that's absurd. I do think this is one of the most daring, complicated,
narcos, right?
carried out in a very long time. Tremendous credit to the U.S. military personnel who did it. It was unbelievable. And
I'm still waiting on what narco terrorists.
An indicted drug trafficker who was not the legitimate president of Venezuela, who we don't recognize, the Biden administration didn't recognize, 60-something countries.
Pause that shit. When was he indicted as a drug trafficker?
Is this a trick question? Oh my god, they don't need indictments. They just say it.
No, he said indicted.
Yeah. You
have to be indicted to do an indicted thing, and like then have a search warrant and all the things. Because Spooner said, he's like, I'm a Spooner fan, and Spooner said that the Constitution is the bestest thing ever, and it's just great. That's what Spooner
all I
said.
know is that they said I was indicted before they brought me here. I don't know what that means. I was just here all of a sudden, and I asked why, and they're like, "You were indicted.
You were a narco terrorist too.
Maybe that's what happened.
And you built your sovereign
Maybe not.
land.
I don't know.
Either you were a narco terrorist or you built your sovereign land on their oil. So some way you were wrong, and that's how you got indicted.
I don't understand why this
I'm
dickhead.
Sure there was a search warrant because our government would never do it without a search warrant.
Countries don't recognize, the European Union doesn't recognize, and many countries in Latin America don't recognize. He was a indicted drug trafficker. He was arrested. His wife was arrested,
but the others who are also indicted are still
system of courts.
The others who are also indicted are still in place. So that's the point of my questioning there. But you talked about not being the legitimate
president. So you wanted
president.
us to land in 5 other military bases?
No, I'm asking why you chose that this was the limit of the military operation. But to your point that you just made, that Maduro was not the legitimate president.
He was the guy who was claiming to be the president.
Right. Well, the opposition.
He was the top target.
Okay.
Now, we have a very sick neighbor. It's not a neighbor, but it's close to a neighbor.
So if I pretend to be the president, if I just say I'm the president of the United States, I am the president of the United States, actually.
All hail President Dustin. Devin. Whatever the fuck your name is.
No, Dustin sounds cool. I'd like to change my name. President Dustin of America. They might swoop in though and take me out of the gulag and maybe somewhere better. Maybe like Homeland Security camp, maybe in El Salvador.
And that's Venezuela. It's very sick. Colombia is very sick too. Run by a sick man.
Wait! The quarantine. It's sick.
Oh, he's sick. They're gonna push it. They're gonna push it. They gotta stop COVID 2.0.
Venezuela is sick. Colombia is sick. This is our
COVID 26.
This is our 6 feet of separation and shit.
Oh my god.
And he's not going to be doing it very long. Let me tell you.
What does that mean? He's not going to be doing it very long.
He's not doing it very long. He has cocaine mills and cocaine factories.
I've never seen a cocaine mill or a factory, but right on.
It sounds good to me. Yeah.
Rubio mentioned.
I hate watching that part.
I think what's ridiculous is that we're all pretending like this is about a drug war when in reality it's about a regime change war. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has a bone to pick. What they say out loud that we're supposed to pretend like we're not supposed to listen to. Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, has a bone to pick with Venezuela because he feels that they are providing material support to Cuba, and he wants regime change in Cuba because he himself is a Cuban American and doesn't like that the communist revolution happened.
I'd like to see regime change in Cuba,
but that's not our business. Okay, we have people suffering here in the United States. I'm not interested in regime change.
They're going to the gulag.
I'm interested in taking care of our country.
When terrorists are coming into the U.S., it is our business.
What are you talking about?
MS-13,
we provide material support to terrorists all around the country, all around the globe as we speak.
There are literally gangs trying to infiltrate the U.S. So we would love to just sit
I
in our
thought Trump
corner
was
and not
protecting
deal
our
with
borders.
anything.
What happened? He's not protecting our borders?
Yeah, that's
People
exactly what he's trying to do.
Oh, that's the last straw. She's gonna be here next week.
All right. Look, I think it's a really interesting point.
She's cute. She'll do well in the gulag.
You're debating. Which
Everybody,
is,
calm
Trump
down
says
here.
The borders closed, but
like,
he's also
okay,
saying
I'm sophisticated.
Blah, blah, blah.
But we can't take a chance after having done this incredible thing last night of letting somebody else take over, where we have to do it again. We can do it again too. Nobody can.
You literally are gonna have to keep doing it again and again.
Has the capability that we have.
Who's next?
You know, when I watch that war in Russia going on and on and on, and everybody dying, and it's like it's primitive.
Dude, they're dying because you're bombing them. You.
Could you tell?
Sorry, parole board.
Marico, vamos a moverla. Graba ahí.
That's not war, by the way. What you're seeing, that's not a war. That is a police action. The police are arresting somebody who's been indicted. That's a court order. Those are important, okay?
Looks like Philadelphia. Remember that?
An international community. Yeah. Yes, those are MOVE activists down there, and they won't leave their apartment buildings. I mean, what else can you do? You got to do something. So we're going to drop bombs and arrest the narco terrorists. Just one.
And all those little people that were living there in those places, that's collateral damage. Oh, look.
Those will be new oil refineries.
Just like Iran had their chance. Until they didn't and until he didn't.
Iran had their chance.
You effed around.
If I was in the press box,
I'd
ask him how many drinks he'd had. I would ask him how many drinks he's had every day. If I was in the press box, the first question I'd ask him every time he walked up to the mic, how many drinks have you had today?
Al pueblo de
Mr.
Estados Unidos,
Secretary.
inclusive le digo, aquí tienen a un gobierno amigo. Yo conozco bien Estados Unidos, bastante manejado así por Nueva York, Boston, Baltimore, Filadelfia.
I wonder when the last time Donald
Queens,
Trump's driven himself around.
Never. Probably never.
Washington, bastante
He's too old to
manejado.
drive, I'd
Yo le dije
imagine.
al
He's
presidente
kind
de
of
Estados
senile
Unidos,
now. He probably can't.
bastante
Not
conozco
safe to have him on the
la avenida
roads.
Constitution,
Growing
que es
up in New
bellísima.
York, he probably never had a
La avenida
license.
Pensilvania, donde queda la estatua en homenaje a
In a
Bolívar.
helicopter.
El monumento a Lincoln.
Pause that for a
Que
minute.
es una belleza el monumento a Lincoln.
Okay, so I've seen a lot how Maduro might not be the proper elected president and whatnot. But have we seen that? Or are we just believing that because the powers that be told us that? Like,
that's a good point. I haven't actually deep researched it. I just go by what everybody says on X.
Yeah, because we're told he's not a legitimate government and whatever.
That was actually like a big trend on X like a year ago. I think it happened, and Elon Musk was even in on it, and everybody was like, they had an election, and everybody was saying it was scandalous, and this guy was not abiding by the results. Whatever. He's basically the Joe Biden, according to Mega. He's the Joe Biden of Venezuela. He's not authentically elected.
Yeah. And then you think about it. So he wasn't elected, but we're supposedly going to work for his vice president.
Oh, yeah.
Who was elected at the same time.
Yeah.
And then
I heard.
Right. And then the chick who just got the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah.
We're not working with her.
I heard that was because she didn't deny the Nobel Peace Prize and say this should have been Donald Trump's. And he took offense to that non-denial and decided she's not going to be the president of this country, even though it shouldn't be America placing puppets in to be the political leaders, because then we got to protect them with our military, because the people want to shoot at you if you're a puppet, essentially. And it's like, oh my God. And then we're like in Iraq for 15 fucking years now, protecting this puppet government that's just going to collapse the second we leave every time. And then we got to send more troops in. And it's just like, dude.
We did the same thing in Guam.
Yeah.
In Samoa.
It's just like
Hawaii,
the CIA doesn't have a new playbook.
Honduras.
They just do the same thing over and over and over and over. And they just like.
Iran. Like, we've done it. We have changed regimes. The thing is, they did it more covert in the back in the day, because we didn't have like the interweb. So like when we took over Honduras for dole for bananas, and when we took over freaking Hawaii for sugar and pineapples, and
it is weird how after the internet they're making up less reasoning to go in. Like before, like the internet, they would say something like, oh, the Vietnamese shot up our boat and now we gotta invade Vietnam, whatever.
Oh, and then later we figured out we shot our own boat. But anyway, keep going.
Yeah. So now that we have internet, it seems like they try the lie for like a week or two, and then they just have to keep lying, making a new lie on top of that lie. And then eventually Trump just comes out and says the truth. And then like, we're coming there for their oil because they stole it 20 years ago, whatever. And then when the truth comes out, the mega supporters are still on lie number 1 or lie number 2. They're still like, oh, narco-terrorism, fentanyl, all these things. He's a bad guy, blah, blah, blah. But even after Trump said it's about oil, they still aren't at that level. It takes them a little bit longer to get to the next step somehow with the internet at their fingertips. And then when they get to the next step, they say 1984, where it's like it's always been over the oil and putting oil companies in power there. That's always been about that. And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Y bastante manejado por allá. Y debe saber el pueblo de Estados Unidos que aquí tiene un pueblo amigo.
The internet just like complicated.
Pacífico.
It's made it like a prism with like the lie goes in, a light beam, and there's like a rainbow of other lies.
Es un regalo que le tengo aquí
coming out.
A Ramonero.
Like a whole bunch of them. Take your pick.
La consigna es muy clara. Not war. Yes, peace.
This guy had multiple options.
Welcome to American politics, Mr. Lying President of Venezuela, sir. Our not elected. What they say, we do the opposite. So if we say no war, be worried because we're going to bomb shit out of you. If we say we're gonna go to war with you, we're also gonna bomb the shit out of you too. We're always just gonna bomb the shit out of you, no matter what.
No, wait. The libertarian President Trump ended all like 9 or 14 or I don't know how many wars now. He keeps making up a new number. And he didn't bomb anyone. You imagine the bombing.
You know what? I'm thinking I'm seeing a pattern now. He wants the Nobel Peace Prize really bad. So
and you get that by bombing people.
Yeah. But you have to have wars to resolve in order to get the peace prize, I think, according to him. So if he bombs 8 countries in a year, right? Follow me here. If you bomb 8 countries this year, next year, you only bomb a couple, maybe you try not to bomb any. Then it's like you're creating world peace from what the situation was. Oh my God. I think this is what's happening here. He wants that prize.
You just had an epiphany. I got it. So next year we're only going to bomb like
somewhere else.
Yeah, countries maybe 3 tops. Because if you do half as many, then it's not really Nobel Prize worthy. But
could we maybe bomb some white countries this time? Maybe just 1 or 2.
Figure out another. He could have been living somewhere else right now, very happy, but instead he wanted to be big boy.
No, I want to live there.
I mean, Canada. Technically, if you think of it as a national security issue, we gotta bomb Canada and take it over, and we gotta rename it too, like we renamed the Kennedy Center. I feel like it's only appropriate to name Canada Trumpistan, something cool like that.
Can we just keep Newfoundland though? Because I'm gonna move to Newfoundland. That's my like, what do you call it? Like when you're going for college and you have like the backup.
I'm sure that could be negotiated.
Is my backup. Can we just like not bomb it? Could that be?
We'll just make Finland like we'll build a big prison fence around it all, so like to separate it from the new Trumpistan.
Yeah,
and that will just keep. And actually, we could just start deporting people there too, and just get all the undesirables out of the new American empire.
Would make a great gulag.
How much oil does Canada have? A lot. Like, why are we going way across the ocean? Like, we can just walk to Canada. Don't need to go. And then after Canada, Greenland's always been on the table too. We just walk over. Boop, boop. We just keep going. Let's just keep going. Keep pushing. Go to Russia next.
Well, and then right next to Greenland, there's Ireland and Scotland.
Yeah.
And all the things. Like, America could just own everything.
Imagine how many McDonald's we can put in Iceland if we act now and just take it.
He's got other sets of problems on his hands. And but I think that the message here should be for the world. Look, the president doesn't go out looking for people to pick fights with. He's not generally wants to get along with everybody. We'll talk and meet with anybody. But don't play games. Don't play games with this president.
I want to stop, but I can't keep stopping. We'll be here like for 5 hours.
And so I hope that, I guess that lesson was learned last night, and we hope it'll be instructive moving forward.
As everyone knows, the oil business in Venezuela has been a total bust for a long period of time.
Because they're not allowed to have bust in their own country.
In comparison to what they could have been pumping.
What if they don't want to sell any oil?
What could have taken place?
Yeah.
We're going to have our
What if they have? Why do they have to sell though? Yeah.
Companies, the biggest anywhere in the world, go in, spend billions of dollars, fix the badly broken infrastructure, the oil infrastructure.
Oh wait!
Start making
We're not
money
going to fix the American
country.
infrastructure.
Yeah, we got to fix theirs.
I studied it very quickly, and then I studied it in great detail. I went to a lot of the people standing behind me, and they felt that man was persecuted and treated very badly. That's why I gave him a pardon.
Hernandez was convicted by a jury.
They literally have him saying the words.
The pardon authority is something that I'm not involved in my role. I'm not criticizing it. I can't just comment on it because I just wasn't involved in those deliberations.
Donald Trump literally pointed at you and said, "You're the reason why he got pardoned."
Involved in those deliberations. I haven't looked at the case file. I haven't looked at the arguments made by. I've got a bunch of other things going on that are within my purview as Secretary of State.
We could solve America's problems in one swoop if we made it a crime to lie to the American people when you're an elected politician are appointed. Like lying should be like a serious, like 10-year offense.
Porque la humanidad lo que aspira es diálogo, diplomacia, paz, respeto entre los estados, respeto entre los pueblos. Nosotros estamos en nuestra ley. Yo como presidente estoy en mi ley. Estamos en nuestra ley, en la ley internacional, en la Constitución. Estamos defendiendo lo más sagrado que tenemos, nuestra tierra, nuestros recursos naturales. Porque ¿cuál es la meta? ¿Cuál es la meta? El gobierno actual de Estados Unidos. Ya lo han dicho. Ya lo han dicho. ¿Ves? Agarrarse todo el petróleo de Venezuela.
The Constitution is the name of a street now. That's all it is. It's just a road.
Las riquezas de Venezuela.
It's been made into a road.
Venezuela has a population of 30 million people, and now that is owned by the United States. Just to think about it from such a simple black and white set of numbers like that.
Yeah, they're going to be taken.
We're part owners of Venezuelans. Dang.
It was in the Constitution. It's right there in Article 2,
Nosotros hemos
Section
tenido,
3.
Ramón, una sola conversación. Él me llamó el viernes 21 de noviembre desde la Casa Blanca, estaba.
Apparently, this was hours before he was kidnapped. He did an interview with his
Fue una conversación,
state-sponsored
como ya he
media.
dicho, respetuosa, muy respetuosa.
¿Qué le dijo el
cordial.
presidente? ¿Qué le dijo el
Muy
presidente?
respetuosa.
Lo primero que me dijo, Mr. President Maduro.
Excelente.
Y yo le dije, Mr. President.
Wait a minute. He called him president, not former president, on the phone call?
Donald Trump. Y creo que fue hasta agradable esa conversación. Pero de ahí las evoluciones post conversación no han sido agradables. Y esperemos. Y al pueblo de Estados Unidos, yo le digo lo que le he venido diciendo. Aquí en Venezuela tiene un pueblo hermano. Al pueblo de Estados Unidos, inclusive le digo, aquí tienen a un gobierno amigo. Empezar a conversar en serio.
You don't want to
con
tell us
datos en
you're
la mano.
a friend. That means we'll take
Y
advantage
el
of
gobierno
you.
de Estados Unidos lo sabe. porque
You
se
need to
lo
have
hemos dicho
nukes
a
and
muchos
stuff
de
and
sus voceros,
multi-million-dollar army,
que si
army
quieren
to stop us.
conversar seriamente
Kim Jong-un.
de un acuerdo de combate contra el narcotráfico, estamos listos. Que si quieren petróleo de Venezuela, está lista Venezuela para inversión estadounidense como con Chevron, cuando quieran, donde quieran y como quieran.
The countries that
Okay, so according to him, he was ready to even bring the oil companies in himself. He was. It sounds like he was capitulating on everything except resigning.
Oil industry.
Well, I see that we're going to be very strongly involved in it. That's all. I mean, what can I say? We have the greatest oil companies in the world, the biggest.
It is kind of hard to resign though when you're a dictator, because then you'll get killed pretty much immediately by like your opposition forces that have been in hiding the entire time. You've been oppressing them. So that's probably literally why he was clinging to this, because at least he could still live on a military base if he's the president.
There with an armada like nobody's ever seen before, and we're prepared.
No one wants to end up like Mussolini. That's what the lesson everybody learned.
We were going to have to do it.
They're like, they always need to stay in power no matter what, because if they don't,
we look throughout history, every time the United States goes into another country and topples a dictator, or topples a government, the outcome has been disastrous for the people in these countries.
Can you imagine saying this and then not standing by your principles now that you're actually a position of power?
To broker a diplomatic solution, working with countries like Russia that have great influence over Venezuela, so that there is a peaceful outcome. Because I can tell you as a soldier, Martha, I've seen firsthand the high cost of war, and pushing for the civil war, pushing for the use of military force will only end up with more suffering and death and disaster for the Venezuelan people.
Now she loves bombs. Oh, damn it. I didn't know there was music on this clip. Shoot, I might need to turn this.
What did he do with the knife?
Oh, this is how he lived. He this is his lifestyle before he was arrested. Okay, here we go.
Say we have a sexy brown dude with a knife. I didn't mean to say the brown dude.
He was a chef. He's that famous chef from the meme. He does this cult. Apparently, this is according to myth, urban legend, This is the clip Donald Trump watched before he said, "Go arrest this motherfucker in Venezuela. Do Operation Crackdown right now." No. What was the operation called? Oh, crap, it was such a cheesy name.
Blizzard, some shit. Wait. Hold on. Stop that for a minute.
Okay.
All we need is love.
Oh no, I don't know if I can play
He's
this
a
then
fucking
because
hippie.
are they
he's
gonna
a
actually
fucking
play the
hippie.
music?
Us people.
Oh no. I can't play the music, unfortunately. Otherwise, we'll get copyright strike. But he's singing "Imagine" from John Lennon.
Imagine all the people living in this world. He's a fucking hippie. I don't know. I'm not sure, but does a dictator
Never trust hippies. I don't trust hippies. They're fake, and it's a shell. It's a fakeness. I know more psychotic hippies that are just fake hippies on the surface that are literally like psychotic psychopath. Well, obviously they're whatever. I'm done.
Right. Because that's exactly what John Lennon was singing about right there.
Like psychopaths want to put on an image of not being a psychopath because psychopaths aren't popular. So you got to have like a popular persona, like you hippie. Everybody likes hippies, kind of. So you pretend to be a freaking hippie, but you're not actually a hippie.
But Trump hates him, so he probably is a hippie.
Yeah, maybe.
Imagine all the bombs raining down on the brown people as they build their ancestral lands on our oil. Somehow we freaking own
affordable housing for Americans.
Imagine all the oil. Oh, sorry.
I want to see domestic priorities that put Americans first in regards of health care.
I think you just improved that song. Maybe we should redo the song.
No shit.
We should redo that.
I'm always making up songs.
I'll put it up on the list.
Our neighborhood is right here in the 50 United States, not in the Southern Hemisphere.
She's on a redemption arc.
She is. She's going on a slower redemption arc. I'm happy. I'm not gonna. I know everybody was. Oh shit! Good
afternoon.
God damn it!
Involved in my role.
I meant to press pause. Okay, let me go back. Let me try to find her spot. Okay, we did this.
There's a lot of people, dude. Like somehow you messed up.
God damn it! This is horrible.
To make it happen. As far as what
I see how you are. You don't like the little people.
Very simple. We have court orders. These are
okay. So we listen to this.
Change in Cuba
We listen to this.
This guy had multiple
and that blonde bitch is gonna be in my roommate soon.
Oh my gosh! You know what? I'm just gonna go on a break, and then it'll come up again when I come back. Okay.
Deben saberlo.
I think we're getting close. Getting close back where we were.
Este es un regalo que le tengo aquí a Ramonet. Nuestra consigna es muy clara. Not war. Yes, peace.
This guy had multiple opportunities to find his way somewhere else. And
give us his oil.
He could have been living somewhere else right now, very happy.
He could have just given us his oil. It would have been best.
So now, generally wants to get along.
Imagine giving us the oil.
But don't play games. Don't play games.
That would make America great
it's not going to turn out well.
Again.
And so I hope that
we'd be the greatest of the greatest.
That lesson was learned last night, and
if we stole all the oil ever.
Everyone knows the oil business in Venezuela has been a bust, a total bust, for a long period of time.
Been a total bust.
They were pumping almost nothing by comparison to what they could have been pumping. What could have taken place?
Is this like the most pathetic war excuse I've ever? They're not pumping enough oil for my satisfaction.
In the world.
They're not pumping enough oil, and they're not giving it all to us.
Fix the badly broken infrastructure.
It's our oil.
The oil infrastructure.
Damn it, Devin.
And start making money for the
country. It's oil.
And I studied it very quickly, and then I studied it in great detail. I went to a lot of the people standing behind me, and they felt that that man was persecuted and treated very badly. That's why I gave him a pardon.
Hernandez was convicted by a jury.
I understand. You're asking me. The pardon authority is something that, I'm not involved in my role. I'm not criticizing it. I can't just comment on it because I just wasn't involved in those
So
deliberations.
they have this court order.
Do you support it?
So courts are more important than a jury of the people.
I wasn't
Again,
involved in
like
those
Sanders
deliberations. I
Spooner.
haven't looked at the case file. I haven't looked
I'm
at
going to put like a
made,
Spooner
I've got a bunch
over
of other
my.
things.
Yes, the indictment is what matters. The first part of the court process, not the jury verdict, which is what used to be the most important part, but now that is, you don't even really need a jury verdict. Honestly, it's a lot faster if you just go with indictments or guilt. Then it speeds up the court process tremendously, and
then you never have to prove the indictment.
We could have and we'll have a lot more friends here if they actually in the Gulag if they did that process more.
Right.
Going on that are within my purview as Secretary
Now
of
you're getting
State
it.
and National Security Advisor, but pardons aren't one of them. So I can't comment on a case that, frankly, I'm aware of, but not deeply and familiar with, and I don't want to comment on something that I haven't had a chance to be involved in reviewing the file and the rationale behind it.
Porque la humanidad lo que aspira es diálogo, diplomacia.
God damn it.
Paz,
I thought it was a lot closer to the. It's got to be like the next clip where we'll be back on track.
Nosotros estamos en nuestra ley. Yo, como presidente, estoy en mi ley.
I mean, he's determined that he's president.
En la ley internacional, en la Constitución.
No, apparently he's not.
Lo más sagrado que
we had an imaginary court indictment somewhere.
Maybe it was one of them new or those for the FISA courts. Maybe it was one of those, the secret courts that did it. Secret indictment.
Executive meetings.
Yeah.
Ya lo han dicho, el oro, las tierras raras, las riquezas de Venezuela.
Yes. Venezuela has a population of 30 million people, and now that is owned by the United States. Just to think about it from.
And I'm sure that in the search warrant and the indictment, they said that you bombed apartments of people that.
Those people were indicted for a bombing. Is what I've.
It says specifically, because you know how search warrants, they're like, they have to describe the person, place, and object, and all the things. It said that we're going to bomb that apartment and kill those 87 people.
Yes.
We are going to get paroled. We got this.
Y fue una conversación, como yo he dicho, respetuosa, muy respetuosa.
¿Qué le dijo el presidente? ¿Qué le dijo el presidente Trump?
President Trump told you a lie.
President Maduro.
Excelente.
Y yo le dije, Mr. President Donald Trump. Y creo que fue agradable esa conversación. Pero de ahí las evoluciones.
That's why he brought him in person to America. Oh my God. This is clicking now.
Esperemos.
They had such a great conversation. He wanted him to come meet him in person. But you can't just visit him in person because of all the talking. You have to kind of make it look like it's kind of like the movie Superbad at the end where the kid wants to get arrested by cops to look cool. Now Murado looks really cool, and Trump is all about that. Or maybe it's Marco Rubio that wants to. Like, I don't know who wants the relationship. Remember, they want to have a three-way relationship thing, like an Eiffel Tower situation. I don't know what could happen.
And there was a perp walk, and that was sexy as fuck.
The countries that
we need to have perp walks in the Gulag. I think I might make the time pass better here.
Are already starting to suffer.
People can bang their little things on the bars, be like, "Hey, sexy."
Very strongly involved in it. That's all. I mean, what can I say? We have the greatest oil companies in the world.
We have the greatest perp walk.
It's the greatest. It's the biggest and the bestest perp walk of all the perp walks. And Dustin is now.
This was so lethal. This was so powerful.
Did that cut out for you too? I cut off for a second. I was like, "What's that?"
I was like, "And you're frozen."
We're prepared, and we're prepared. And
I mean, I love how they
probably thought we were going to have to do it, but we were prepared for a second wave going in.
Like it was like a TikTok performance.
We look throughout history. Every time the United States goes into another country
and it's anti-war
dictator topples a government, the outcome has
She's so embarrassing. I was such a
why we should use
I was so duped by her
the
back
world
then too,
to
because
try
I
to
literally
broker a diplomatic solution.
like literally
working
she even
with
almost said
countries like
taxation is
Russia that
snuff,
have
and then
great
she said
influence over
if it's not
Venezuela,
spent
so that there is a
properly
peaceful
or
outcome.
something.
Because
Back
I
in
can tell you, as a
2020,
soldier
I
in
remember
Africa,
so
I've seen firsthand
many.
how it
Everybody
costs
gave me everyone was like, Devin,
and
you're such a
pushing for this
dumbass,
civil war,
like
pushing
doing
for
like
the use
goo-goo
of
eyed over this
military force,
lady,
will
and I'm like,
only
I
end
can't
up
help
with
it,
more
you're so
suffering and
cool.
death and disaster for
And
the
now I'm just
Venezuelan
like, oh my
people.
god.
Okay,
Why
so
am
I'm
I
gonna
like
say
this?
oh wait, now we're back to the sexy waiter.
Oh, I gotta cut the music.
Stop for a minute. Stop for 1 second. Back to Tulsi. That was one of my told you so moments, because I have so many of those, and I'm really sad to say it, but I kept saying, nope, Tulsi just wants things. Tulsi just wants things. She wants to get the fuck off that island, and she wants to be famous, and Tulsi just wants things. And told you so. Just saying.
I know. I got told so hard. You know, people are actually like not so hard on me in South Dakota. Maybe they're hard on me, not to my face though. That makes more sense. I deserve it though. I don't mind, whatever. I didn't like endorse her or anything. I was just talked about her a lot more than I should have. Okay, and here we go. We got the Imagine song. I can't play that because we'll get copyright struck.
Imagine all the bombs dropping on the brown people. And they make them sparkly.
There we go. I had to cut it off the music.
When we bomb the brown people. Sparkly brown people are beautiful.
You know, oil, like when the sun hits it right and it has a little rainbow on it.
Oh,
that reminds me of this song.
That's so hippie.
Yeah, it's just makes me happy.
Living in this world. Ooh, ooh.
Oh, fireworks like 4th of July.
Imagine all the bombs.
This is Independence Day happening before our eyes. I love this.
No, New Year's. People do it on New Year's too.
I want to see domestic policies that
Finally,
jobs and
we're back where we were before I messed it up.
For Americans after 4 disastrous years of the Biden administration. And
what were we saying? We're saying she's on a redemption arc.
Yes, she is totally on a redemption arc.
I said, oh, I was about to say, you know what? I'm not going to say mean things about her while she's doing this redemption arc thing, even though
we don't consider Venezuela
in the past
our neighborhood. Our
things have been said that warrant it, but I'm just going to let things slide. Well, not slide, but just look away. I'm going to let the redemption arc play out. Hopefully, more.
Los gringos solo quieren el petróleo, y los gringos solo quieren sus riquezas. O sea, y a esas personas les pregunto, ¿qué creen ellos que querían los rusos y los chinos durante tanto tiempo?
Wait a minute. The subtitles aren't on here?
Imposible.
Damn it.
Well, I'll translate later.
You just wait for
now we have Lindsey Graham.
Cuba is a communist dictatorship.
Can you translate Lindsey Graham for me too?
They've preyed on their own.
I can't. Warhawk is really hard.
It's easier to translate fucking Venezuelan dude than this dude. Okay, so Tinder broke down, and I had to actually hang out with Donald Trump.
Doing business with America.
And somehow Cuba is at fault for why we bomb brown people.
This is a big
in another country.
And
that's what he said. I've watched this like 5 million times.
A few days ago because of what you did.
But how
it was a lot of work.
Intend to secure the oil fields? Won't that take U.S. troops?
Well, ultimately, this is not about securing the oil fields. This is about ensuring that no sanctioned oil can come in and out until they make changes to the governance of that entire industry.
Right, because
the industry is not existent in the traditional.
Yeah, you do know that. Like, we control that oil.
People literally
and they're not allowed
from the
because
ground.
we sanction them.
That's how they hold this regime together. A handful of cronies benefit from this oil, specific oil wells. They're producing.
Okay, so but we need different cronies to benefit from the oil.
It's all decrepit, and they basically pocket the money to their benefit.
We're really upgrading the equipment there. It's a good thing.
40 cents on the dollar, 50 cents on the dollar, but all that money goes to
this
them.
isn't about U.S. troops being on the ground. It's about making the equipment look nice.
But they have made multi-millionaires, billionaires out of just a handful of people, and that's what's held this regime together. That's what needs to be addressed. The way to address it to the benefit of the Venezuelan people is to get private companies that are not from Iran or somewhere else to go in, invest in the equipment that hasn't been invested in 20 years.
As soon as the equipment looks better, we'll leave. After we take the oil. And the equipment's not new anymore. Then we'll leave. We'll leave the equipment there too. Just like in Afghanistan, we'll just leave it there. We got what we wanted.
Changes at the way on the way that the authorities that are in
We
charge
get the
of that
cocaine and the oil.
And until those changes happen, this quarantine will remain in place.
Madam Secretary, are you going to force these people to return
you heard him say profit?
to Venezuela now, even as their government is in complete flux?
Well, Venezuela today is more free than it was yesterday, and it's going to continue to be that way as long as
those were freedom bombs. I told you, those fireworks.
That he's protecting the
freedom
interests of the American
fireworks.
people, because that ripple
Imagine all the
will continue to bring that kind of liberty to Venezuela as well. These programs, we're bringing integrity back to them. The decisions are made in conjunction with the State Department, with the White House, and then we at Homeland Security implement them and make sure that they are followed through. Every individual that was under TPS has the opportunity to apply for refugee status.
That's why what you just said. They're bringing in Venezuelan refugees into America. They can apply for refugee status and stay here. That's not, but that's not going against the Trump mega agenda, though. Like, this is different than deporting everybody else already here. If you come after Trump bombs you, you can come. But if it's before Trump bombs you, you have to be deported and leave immediately.
Well, and it kind of goes along with that whole thing where we invited all those people from the Sinaloa cartel into here. Do you remember that?
Well, they paid $1 million for the Trump gold visa. And once you do that, because that helps the economy. So it's kind of worth having criminals come here as long as they're helping the economy, paying the $1 million.
Right.
We want the worst of the worst, like the biggest fish. The people that are going to start criminal networks here, organized crime. We want them, not the low-level people that steal things from people's backyards and sell them on Craigslist. Like, no.
So not the drug deals.
No. We want the Scarface people here mostly, like the Al Qaeda guy or the ISIS guy that's the president of Syria right now. We want people like him.
Situation will go forward, but we need to make sure that our programs actually mean something and that we're following the law, and that's how that decision was made.
We are finally putting America first.
Here in 2019.
Our policy of never-ending war, regime change, and nation building is being replaced by the clear-eyed pursuit of American
interest. This is obviously AI.
I'm not even going to play around anymore. Hit me with the worst. Iraq, Venezuela, go!
We're giving them full opportunity to do it the easy way. And when it doesn't work, we'll do it the hard way.
If we can do things the easy way, that's fine. And if we have to do it the hard way, that's fine too.
Chemical weapons is a threat
to
the United States.
Fentanyl poses a chemical weapons
kind of reminds me of that Nicolas Cage movie where there's a secret book for presidents that they pass down to each other. Maybe that's why they're saying the same things. They're reading from the secret book.
Bringing freedom and democracy.
Democracy and freedom can serve as a
beacon of hope.
Shock and awe.
To speak more about the congressional reaction, let's bring in South Carolina Congresswoman, the great Nancy Mace. Always great to have you with us, Congressman. A real honor. Appreciate your time tonight.
The great Nancy Mace. Always great to have you. Super great you're here.
Secretary
your hair
Rubio
looks great today.
Hit the nail on the head.
Wonderful.
let's be honest, those of us who've been in the Beltway know how this goes. You can't exactly get out there and start sharing all of these details with some congressional lawmakers. First of all, there's a security aspect, and second of all, they didn't exactly have the timing knocked down.
Share it with
Am
some
I right about that?
congressional lawmakers, even though
No, that's right. And at this
lawmakers
point, Kevin, I don't see a reason to have any congressional action. This was a very surgical military apprehension for a fugitive. It was not an act of war. And so, I'm going to push back on Democrats that say that it is. And look, I mean, they've defended Iranian terrorism. They've defended terrorism in South America now with Maduro. And, we've got to make sure that we're pushing back. And Trump was right today.
We need
Trump
to fight
talked about and discussed the Monroe
terrorism is
Doctrine
the best solution,
and discussed how this was a fugitive.
If you're more of a
that we've got to
terrorist
bring
than the
into
terrorist you're fighting,
narco-terrorism. And quite frankly, I don't even think it compares to Panama, which is a very, to me, a different situation.
If your terrorism has an
troops,
indictment backing it up,
we
then
had
it's
nothing
not
of the
terrorism
sort today.
anymore. Like, what matters is having a court order
killed in action,
for your terrorism
they
to
did a
like
very
cover
good
it
job. And the one thing
and
I've
like
learned
make
about
it
Donald
okay,
Trump and
like
the
a
Trump
band-aid.
doctrine is that when he sets his mind
Yeah.
to it, he's
It's
very
court
surgical in his
ordered
military
terrorism.
movements, and it's why he's had a resounding
It's not
success in
terrorism.
Venezuela and around the world.
court orders.
Oh, here's the food lines now in Venezuela, day one. That is actually a freedom line, I'm being told. This is what happens when you get more freedom. You wait in line for things. You're free to wait in line more. Here we go. That's that's Air Force 2. A lot of people don't know about Air Force 2. That's what we use to pick up presidents in other countries by force. And then we put them on Air Force 2. And then we walk them. This kind of feels like a Roman, what do you call those? Triumph?
Yeah.
Or they parade the kings from other countries that they've conquered in front of all the people, and then they post the Roman propaganda on why they had to do this.
There's like 50 fucking folk there. They filled up the whole plane.
Are those his sandals or are those court-ordered sandals that they have to give him?
I know, they look like ghetto slides. I feel like dude was sleeping. It was nighttime.
Yeah. This kind of looks like an AI video. Is this real?
I feel like that's not the same clothes he was wearing when they took him, but maybe they gave him extra clothes. I don't know.
Those people are all walking kind of weird. It kind of looks fishy to me now. No, don't jump up here.
Location of opposition leader Machado, and have you been in contact with her?
No, we haven't.
I know looks like the Joker. Just saying.
President, on Monday.
Oh, I think it would be very tough for her to be the leader. She doesn't have the support within or the respect within the country. She's a very nice woman, but she doesn't have the respect to be the leader.
Wasn't she the second? I didn't watch the election or pay attention, but wasn't she the opposition president?
Yeah, she was like the guerrilla warfare leader, basically.
So doesn't she have support then, technically?
Not according to Trump. He knows all.
She took that Nobel Peace Prize and didn't pass it on to him, so she is undesirable now. He has lost. She's not in Trump's favor anymore. She's just like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Laura Boebert and Thomas Massie.
Yeah.
Actually, he was never in his favor. Well, actually, it was first because he endorsed him for president.
But not anymore.
No.
Es el mundo, porque Trump entonces ante cualquier presidente que se niegue, que defienda la soberanía, va a pretender intervenir. Estamos poniendo por tierra 300 años de resolución de mecanismos a través de la diplomacia, y eso es peligroso, muy peligroso. Esto significa la crisis de las Naciones Unidas. ¿Cómo que el secretario general no se ha pronunciado de las Naciones Unidas?
How is it possible? I think they did just recently, but maybe not because the United Nations is in New York City. Maybe that's the problem. It's in America.
How is it possible? Imagine all the
para América Latina y para el mundo. Advertimos sobre lo que este paso dado por Trump significa para la
I'm
humanidad.
surprised for it. Once I come, let me pet her, considering how much yelling I've been doing the last 2 hours.
A amplios niveles. Una agresión contra Venezuela es una agresión contra el mercado petrolero. Una agresión contra Venezuela transforma, por lo tanto, el espacio de América Latina de una zona de paz en un espacio de confrontación. Y los pueblos, cuando hablan en América Latina, no terminan de callarse nunca.
I saw it on something else. We don't do well in countries that wear flip-flops.
That's true. That's a good point. Now that I think about it, like, yeah. If you wear flip-flops and fight America, your chances of winning go up like ×5. Maybe we should wear flip-flops in here. Oh, peace on earth.
I look like that if I got
Okay.
work done.
Those are peace bombs. Peace bombs. All right. Well, that's the end of the clips for involuntary commentary.
Oh, I don't know. We have like the beautiful worked on bitch there that we just like. And did it say parole denied? I didn't see parole denied. You got to clip that in there.
They are deciding right now, I suppose.
I mean, I could look just like her, only with bigger tits if I got work done.
Let's edit the space. No, go to the end. All right. How do we end the show? I don't know. Do we have outro? I didn't think of an outro. I only thought of an intro.
Well, I would say
How about you do the outro since I did the intro? Here we go. That's good on me.
I mean, I tried harder than you to get my parole, you know.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I should do the outro then. Okay, I don't like where this is going. I tried just as hard as Dana to get paroled out of here. I'm more honest, and if you're not looking for honesty, like, what do you want me to do to get out of here? I don't get it. Just work harder and.
I mean, I was honest too. Only honest from their side.
Sure. As soon as the cameras go off, you're gonna start on Trump
I even
again.
rewrote the Beatles, dude. Like, you didn't rewrite the Beatles.
Damn it.
Like, we don't want to imagine peace and happiness. So I'm gonna get parole before you.
Then who else is gonna be in here with me? I don't even know. Can't do this alone. Oh my
But then
God.
I did occasionally like veer off, so probably the parole board's gonna be like, you know, you're like squishy. Like
you're not committed enough.
My kid says elves are squishy. Like, you know, he's like, elves are squishy. You know, they can get squished easily. So, like, you know, they're gonna be like, oh, you're squishy. You know,
you're fake, poser. You're staying in here. You need to remind some more
all the brown people that we could bomb tomorrow.
They're living on our oil, and we can cut down the rainforest and make McDonald's.
And they have cayenne. And in some places they have poppies.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Drug trade.
Weren't we protecting poppy fields for like 20 years?
Back in Compton. Ooh-hoo.
Isn't technically Donald Rumsfeld a narco terrorist? The poppy fields in Afghanistan don't count as narco terrorism.
When the narco terrorists and like get in the way of the CIA's drug trade.
Oh, that is what is it? Because you can't step on someone else's turf in the drug thing scene because you gotta get into a drug war and you gotta shoot people and whatever, and it gets kind of nasty. People get chainsaw in the bathtub, whatever, you know.
Yeah, so you're like the little dudes that grow the cocaine. And the little dudes that process the cocaine in these cocaine factories that don't exist. But anywho, and then the drug dealer is the CIA, and sometimes the cartel. And see, it's muddy. It's muddy. It's muddy as fuck, dude.
Money, 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 money. Just like Trump's Apprentice song. You know? All right. That's it from the Gulag. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Hope you enjoyed the program. And if we talked about you, I hope you didn't enjoy the program. I hope you're worried. All right. Peace out.